Here we go. Okay.
So what makes Finesse Inferno different than other training programs?
I say Finesse Inferno is different from other training programs just on the fact that it's a family more than anything. And coming in, you're going to feel like home. And from the training aspect, I design and build stuff that is for in-game results. You're not going to go home feeling like you didn't work on anything that you wouldn't do in a game. And that's why Finesse Inferno is so different from other programs, just on the fact where we're not going to be doing a lot of stationary stuff or anything that's not going to actually translate to what you're going to see in an actual game.
What's something you wish you were told when you first started taking your training seriously?
Something I wish someone told me was, I think, the simplicity of everything. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to throw things in the air. You don't have to really put things behind your back or throw yourself against the wall or anything. It's just do things simply and make sure they're detailed as possible. And I think through that, learning those skills and those just types of footworks or how to shoot correctly or just proper repetition, people mistake ramping up volume for correct reps. And that's something I think people really need to figure out. And I think that's something I'm here to help them understand and grow even more in this community and especially just the world in general. So,
Why North Seattle?
North Seattle is where I'm from. It's kind of where I built my success as a young adult. Grew up in Marysville, went to Lake Stevens High School. I've created a lot of good friends here, a lot of good relationships in this area, and I love the people, the community, just the camaraderie everyone builds here. It's awesome. So.
What made you start your training career?
Honestly, during high school, my team was never really that good. So I started trying to figure out ways to build people up than just myself. So when I would train, I would tell other people to come join me and we would actually train together. And through that, like doing it, I made one of my best friends. After that, kind of season was over. Things didn't really go out too well. I needed to figure out a way to fulfill myself with basketball, and instead of trying to throw myself into coaching, I wanted to see how many people I could impact that were not as good, if that makes sense, or maybe they just wanted to improve their skill or just go to the next level or build something beyond themselves. And I think this training business and training program and just myself can help way more people than being just a regular coach. So.
What's the best part of your job as a trainer?
The best part of my job as a trainer is just those moments where they really can't get it, and it's just a good time to see the struggle, and then once they create that development and they keep practicing and practicing and practicing at it and they finally get it, that smile that you see on their face, that like, yes, I finally got it, I can do it again, and I can keep producing that. And then the next phase of that is I want more. Like, I want to get in the gym again, I want to keep doing this, I want to keep having fun. So that's like kind of like the thing I really like to see a lot. So just the development factor, and then them wanting to get better all the time.
What's one thing you want every athlete that trains with you to come away with?
For one, just like the knowledge of the game. I'm really big on like them understanding the game more than just kind of like going through cones and then like coming out without understanding like terminology or like how to do this one move or what's the name of this or like how can I get better at this certain type of thing, instead of just like basically like, oh, I need to dribble better. It's like, okay, what part of dribbling do you want to get better at, or what type of finishing do you want to finish with contact? Do you want to finish away from defense? Do you want to finish over a defender? Do you want to finish around the basket? Or it's like, so that's the type of stuff that I want people to really get out of, is just the understanding and the more detail it takes of the game.
What is the significance of the name Finesse Inferno?
Finesse Inferno, for one, finesse, I think a lot of people play too fast, and it's the more of like finesse to their game. It's kind of slowing down, being patient, looking for the right spots, making the correct decisions at the time, and that's kind of what I really want them to see, and so that's kind of why I chose the word finesse. And then Inferno is kind of like that fire, because every day I think my training is geared towards like, if you want to come in, come out, but it's not, you're there every single time. We're putting effort into your game and not just getting you in one session and then the next, like, you never come back again. It's more the fact where I want you to have that fire and passion that it takes to become a really good player. For one, I want to build this community. I feel like the basketball in this area isn't as developed, and I think if we can reach more people, interact with more people, even outside of our community, that can even help us in our area. We're so called as like not as big or famous, but I think if we can get more skilled players in this area and be able to reach outside, it's going to bring more attention to this area as well. So I just really want this North Seattle area to grow, and that's kind of like why Finesse Inferno basketball training is kind of made, for us to develop athletes all the time, and then through that they can reach their own goals that they want to set forward for themselves, whether that's playing in the NBA or playing overseas or just college basketball or even making their high school varsity team. Like, whatever it is their goal is, that's kind of what I want to set out for in their future. So their future goals is kind of like my future goals at the same time too. So you got to start early. And that's another thing where kids will say, I'll wait till the next time to train. I'll wait for the next day to pick up a basketball. I'll wait for the next day. It's like, no, you got to start now. And the earlier you are, the better you're going to be in the future. And I think if kind of kids take like those steps, like kind of like lollygag through it, or well, maybe I can take a day off or here or there, and then maybe like another week will go by and then I'll come back again to it. It's like, no, you're not going to get better, because there's other people around the world that are working, if not 2-3 times as hard as you. And I think you kind of have to take that into consideration, where you got to pay respect to just either yourself or whoever else is looking out for you. They want you to see you succeed, and they're putting the money into your program, and they're investing time in you. And if you can't invest in yourself, I don't think you can really keep striving. So I think I want them to understand that it's more than like a game. It's more of life, because when you get a job, it's not going to be like, oh, I don't want to go to work this day, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. You got to go. So I think that's kind of the thing I want them to understand too. So stay focused, because I feel the same way as them sometimes too, where if I can't figure something out, I can't get something done at a certain time, it's only the phase in the journey. And if that is going to hold you back, you're going to have to understand that, yeah, it might set me back a couple seconds or two, but it's just only steps. I've had times in basketball I want to quit too, but I think just understanding there's more light at the end of the tunnel can help me and help other players and themselves just keep pushing more forward too. So for one is results. If you can get results, and you feel like you're 1% better than you were the last day, you can keep craving improvement. It may take 3 years, it may take 1 year, it may take 3 months or whatever it is, but everybody's journey is their own journey. And I think a lot of kids struggle with that, where it's like, oh, he's here, well, I can't be there. It's like, well, everybody has their own time, and everybody's going to take their steps in their life. It may not be within basketball, but if you keep pouring yourself into something that you really enjoy doing, then you'll become better at that, and then you'll become a better human, then you'll become a better family man, or just for your future life. So you're just setting your goals without you even knowing that you're doing that at the same time. So